Alright everyone, heads up! Just like I have for the past couple parts of this trilogy, I will keep doing it till I reach the end. So you're gonna have to hear this disclaimer every single time. This game is not mine. It is owned, distributed, packaged, created, and you know all that, by Capcom. Please support Capcom for their releases. Again, not mine. All credit goes to Capcom. Hey Chris Blanco. Okay, so what's up guys? Sky/Mike here. We're gonna do some more Ace Attorney, so let's fire it up. Where we last left off, we just got a tip that there was a man that accompanied Miss May to hotel. So let's see where it is. September 7th, 3:11 p.m. Detention Center, Visitor's Room. Damn it, I already know I'm gonna have to voice the female. Hey Bear Bear, and I cannot voice females to save my life.
Well, hello! I didn't expect anyone to visit me in such a dang place as this. It's really quite moving.
Not, you stinking lawyer! I hope you die! Have you come to laugh? Yes, laughing to follow Miss May. I'm not doing WWE right now, Chris, because I actually have multiple games on my plate at the same time. So I like to jump back and forth, you know what I mean? I do plan WWE tonight, though. No, not really. There's something I want to ask. Unfortunately, there's nothing I want to be asked. Haven't you done enough questioning, you spiky head? Here we go again. Please, you're scaring the security guard.
So? What is it you wish to ask me then?
I was watching the anime earlier and I found out how accurate your Detective Gumshoe is accurate as fuck. Oh, thanks. For starters, how'd you get to be so totally whacked? Well, I suppose none less but to talk to you then. Who was that man? About the man who stayed with you in your hotel room. Can you tell me about him? Where is he? Come on.
No way, Jose!
If I had something to get her to talk. Do I? I think I do. No. Yes, I am, Chris. I'll deal with it later. What else do you have to say? How about the wiretap? Why'd you place the wiretap on Mia's phone?
Aw, when you say it like that, it sounds so cold, so criminal.
Tapping people's phones is a crime, Miss May.
Oh, and I suppose you learned that in lawyer school, Creep.
This one's impossible to talk to. What about your attitude? Say, why are you so angry? I mean, you don't look like a bad person.
Ooh, that does it! Bottom-feeding, scum-sucking lawyer!
Bottom? I can't tell. Does she have a thing against lawyers? Or just against me? Are you sure there's nothing I can present to you? Let me give you back the wiretap.
Hey, guess what? Actually, I, really hate your guts, so get lost, because, well, I'm not cooperating.
Thanks, I noticed. Well, fine then, you're not gonna cooperate? I guess I'll just take my business elsewhere. To the hotel. September 7, Gateway Hotel, room 303. Ah, welcome, sir. Quite the performance today, if I dare say so myself. Oh, thanks. Sorry for putting you on the spot like that. No, not at all, sir. Your efforts today can only help the Gatewater's rep, as they say. Huh? Rep? You look like Bellboy. Yes, our reputation will swell as a hotel where the murderer used a wiretap. We can charge a premium for the room, of course. It'll be great for business, sir. Whoa. Miss May hasn't been charged with murder. I, too, will become famous. The bellboy who brought the murderer iced coffee. What do I feel like we're both stuck in the same bad dream? So, you are our honored guest. Please let me know if there's anything I can bring you. Actually, can you tell me about Miss May? True. About Miss May. Oh, her? Sir, not to boast, but I knew the moment I saw her. She'd do it, I said. Do what? I'm starting to think the most suspicious person here is this guy. Okay, who was the man? I wanted to ask you about the man who was with Miss May. Ah, yes. He struck me as a real lady killer, if you'll pardon the expression. I knew it from the moment I saw him, sir. He and I are of the same ilk. We both carry the scent of danger. Here we are in total agreement, Mr. Psycho Bellboy. If I had a photo of that man, I'm quite sure I can identify him. A photo, I don't have a photo of him, but tell me about the hotel. Please, could you tell me about the hotel? Absolutely! And on that subject, I have an excellent idea, sir. Currently, this hotel is known as the Gatewater. I propose we add a subtitle. A subtitle? The Gatewater Hotel, Murder Manor. Well, what do you think? How do you feel about EC3's new manager? Oh, you mean Drake Maverick. I like Drake Maverick. Sounds great. Whatever floats your teeth set. Okay. Maybe I'm gonna have to go back to the office to get that photo, aren't I? Back at the Fay & Co. Law offices. Could work. It's about time EC3 actually appears on television. Looks like Forensics is taking a day off today. Detective Gumshoe's nowhere in sight. The police really gave this place a working over. I doubt there are any valuable clues left. Sadly, not on this episode because we are already started on a pay-per-view, so by the time you joined, it was the final week leading up to a pay-per-view. So no, not this episode, but the next episode I'm pretty sure you will. Suppose it can't hurt to take a look around, though. I'm actually kind of happy. It's about time I pushed Evans. Alright, is there anything here? Mia's desk, perfectly clean, as always. Only thing missing is Mia. What am I here? An old movie poster. Apparently, this is the first movie that made Mia cry when she saw it. I'll have to check it out one of these days. Nothing here. Mia's favorite potted plant. Guess I'll have to water it now. Anything here? The sky's blue, and so am I. There's that hotel right across the way. Huh. I'm Blade. Now right now, Blade, you're actually... I have a feeling after that match with Gringo Cubano, NXT might be your area. You couldn't cram more legal books in here even if you wanted to. All the cases that the chief worked on are filed in here. Wait, are some of these files missing? Nah, I'm just imagining things. Are you sure about that, Phoenix? I suppose we'll just have to move. Grossberg Law Offices. Grossberg Law Offices? Huh. Looks like Grossberg is out today. How about Lars going after the Attitude Era, trying to destroy it? He is the Attitude. Maybe he's avoiding me for some reason. Hey, there's a photo. How coincident. A solid mahogany desk. The wood's been polished to a deep luster. Now I want to know about the photo. Who are the WWE champions? Well, in my universe, I'm going to have to check on that one, considering I have not touched the main roster yet. But if you want to know who's the big champion on the two shows that I have right now, his guy's name is Blade Bear. He looks like Noob Saibot. Old photos. There are two lying here. The main champion on my show is my good friend Wolfie Kingston. Follow him on YouTube. He's also a very good player. Something's been written on the pencil in the backs. DL6 Incident Exhibit A, DL6 Incident Exhibit B. Let's take a look at these. Alright then, Exhibit A. I'm sure I've seen this person somewhere. Perhaps I'll borrow this photo. I'm just sure no one will miss just one little photo. And it might be a valuable clue. I'll take it for now. Photo A. Quietly added to your court record. Oh, and this photo. Maybe on the next show after the pay-per-view, his guy can face one of my guys. Possibly. Let's take this photo. I think we'll swap them. But no, Bear, you should see, just how quickly he beat Gringo Cubano. Blade's already impressed the crowd on NXT. Alright then, I'll show you the photo. I want to give you this photo. Take a look at this photo. That's him, detective. I'm the lawyer. Oh, I know that. I just wanted to say detective once. You know how it is. No, I don't. Without a doubt, that is the man who checked in with Miss April May. How about I write an affidavit swearing that that's him? An affidavit? This guy is way too excited about this. Yeah, sure, why not? Well, sure, why not? Yes! Is that him? I've always wanted to write an affidavit, sir. From henceforth, I will be known as the bellboy who swore the affidavit. All right, bellboy, calm your rocker. You're getting way too excited about this, bellboy. Just hurry up and write it. Bellboy's affidavit added to the court record. Not even Miss May can play dumb to this. All right, then. Objection! Hey, M-Con. I suppose I'll have to You again? Can't you take a hit and stay gone? Hey, the only reason I'm back here is because you won't talk to me.
Oh, so it's my fault now. You don't just have spiky hair, you also have a spiky heart.
That does it. When this case is done, I'm shaving my head. Okay then, does this photo mean anything to you? Have a look at this.
Look, I've said several times I'm not telling you.
Where did you... Aha! A reaction. This is him, isn't it?
What? Who? When? Why?
It is him. This is the man who stayed in your hotel room the night of the murder.
No, that's not right.
Nice try, Miss Cooperative.
Do you have any proof that was him? Hmm? Yeah, proof. Show me proof.
I'm so close. I've got proof right here. The bellboy wrote you an affidavit. Could you have a look at this?
What's that?
The bellboy's affidavit. It tells us everything he saw. Such as the man you checked in with. Who was most definitely this guy. Now I'm getting somewhere. Push her hard. This is it. Oh, nothing. Time to do a little bluff. No use playing dumb, if indeed that's an act. If you don't talk, I'm taking this info to the press.
What?
Even though he should have been witness to murder, your little friend was missing. True. I'm sure the press would have a field day with this reputation.
Fine, I'll talk.
You win, lawyer. Yes. Man, it felt good. It's great to be alive. Why are you pumping your fists in the air? Now, tell me about the man you were with.
That man, he's my boss. Red White, the president of the information gathering conglomerate, Blue Corp.
Red White? Information gathering?
Well, I suppose you can call it a detective agency.
I remember that, Bear. So this is the man that was with you the night of the murder.
I'm scared to talk. I don't want to end up like her.
It's okay. I'll just ask Mr. White himself. Can you tell me where Blue Corps is located? Am I going to have a match after the pay-per-view? Most likely. Mr. Red White, at last. Finally, a lead on this guy. But the pay-per-view is going to be a long one. If April May couldn't have done it, that leaves him. Time to take action. Bellboy's affidavit discarded. And let's go to Blue Corp. September 7, Blue Corp Inc. CEO's office. What's with that surreal decor? Hey, there's that painting! Welcome! Please furnish me with that title of your personage. What the? Your name! What's your name? I was just inquirably asking the title that you go by. Wright. Phoenix Wright. Inquirably? Mr. Wright, is it? Right, I see. Splendiferous! Perhaps I have intimidated you with my giantesque vocabulary. What is this guy's problem? I'm Red White, CEO of Blue Corp. You know, corporate expansion official. My business dealings bring me into contact with the elite of the elite. So I'm afraid I'm not used to conversing with you wordily challenged. What a fruitcake. Let me guess. You are an attorney fresh out of law school, are you not? That's the only explanation for why you would come to meet me like this. What does it mean by that? No matter. So, what business does a mighty lawyer have with a man such as myself? Yipes. This guy's arrogance meter is off the scale. By the way, Bear, fair warning, the main event of the pay-per-view is a bread-on-a-wire match, money in a briefcase, and for some reason, the Wastelanders have decided they both want a shot at that briefcase so that they can try and take Wolfie's title as well. Alright, well then I suppose we'll talk. What about Miss May? Miss May's an employee of Blue Corp, is she not? Correct! She was my secretariat. What a shock it was to hear what she has done. What she has done? You mean the wiretap? Indeed! She is paid to answer phones. Tapping them is not in her job description. She does gather information for us as part of her duties. And and that man is in the stream. But I assure you, we do not condone illegal methods. That means Blade's gonna have to take on Ricardo unless Cubano takes the title back. It is inevitable that she would do this. It sounds like he's trying to turn Miss May into a scapegoat. Alright, night of the murder. On the night of the murder, were you in April May's hotel room? Who can say? I seldom pay attention to mundane details such as time and place. My motto is, don't worry, be happy. Still, Mr. White, the hotel bellboy stated on the record, if you will, a lot of my match. Are you going to get a title match? I'm not sure if I am. We'll have to see what time says about you. But I am in the #1 contendership ladder match. No matter. The bellboy can say what he pleases. I still won't talk to you. If you want me to speak, put me on the witness stand. Although I doubt you'll be capable of doing that. He raises a good question, actually. Why didn't the prosecution call him as a witness? He should have seen the same thing as April May. Oh, the police, the courts. To me, they are mere toys, playthings for my amusement. What about Blue Corp? What kind of company is Blue Corp anyway? Ah, excellent question. We buy and sell various kinds of information. Black market! We are a company of the future, you might say. We are the future. Sell information? In just 10 years, I built this business up into the grand office you see now. And in case you were wondering, Blue Corp is named after the color blue. I, Red White of Blue Corp, as founder and CEO, named it so. And why, you ask? Because I like the color blue, of course. Fantabulistic, is it not? You're about to give me a headache, Mr. White. There's something that's been bothering me. Yes? What might that be? That big painting on the wall over there. I've seen it before. You know, I've actually seen that painting before. Oh? Oh, I think I touched on to something. What'd you find out, Bear Bear? Just yesterday, actually. Your point being? My point is simple. Rather, my question is simple. Why is that painting hanging on your wall? Mr. Wrong, was it? Right. It appears you do not fully grasp your position here. I ask again, who are you? Huh? A lawyer? No, my feeble friend, a mere lawyer. Worth nothing, zilch, zippo, nada. Just like that sorry excuse for an attorney, Grody Burger. What? He punched me. Well, Mr. Lawyer, what will you do, eh? Charge me with assault? Charge away, I welcome it, for it is you who will be found guilty. What? Heed my exposition. The police, the courts, they all do my bidding. So you say. True, but I wonder, is that kind of control really possible? I don't expect you to understand. It is a world beyond your compensation. You came here from Grody Burgers, I presume? Mr. Grossberg's, yes. Then you must ask him, why is it that this painting of his hangs here? Perhaps then he will tell you. Perhaps he will explain how a man can live life purely for personal profit. Go now, skedaddle, there's nothing more to discuss. Would you be kind enough to cease your innate chattering and vacate the premises? Let me put it in the language you are sure to understand. Shut up and get out! I have nothing more to say. Fine then, I'm out of here. Back to Grossberg. Huh? I don't think he's noticed me standing here. Maybe I should clear my throat? Ahem! Jump into services! Oh, you! What's wrong? I beat Gringo. You look so pensive, like an old man at the end of his days. I'm not senile yet. I was just thinking about this whole mess. Something's really bothering him. That much is clear. Let's talk about today's trial. So you came here to see the trial? Yes, I did. Something was bothering me all last night, you see. Couldn't get a wink of sleep. Really? What was that? Well, you see, it's just Mia's sister, that poor girl. My boy, I owe you my thanks. Truly, I don't know what I would have done if things had gone poorly for that girl. Why did you refuse? I asked before, but Why'd you refuse a request for defense? I think I have a right to know. Right, Mr. Wright. No, I'm sorry. It's just, I need more time to think about it, my boy. He does seem troubled about something. I'm starting to have a feeling I know what it is. It's Mr. White, isn't it? So I paid Blue Corp a visit. Who? Oh, I see. Mr. Grossberg, I have to admit, something has been bothering me. Oh? What is it? Well, out with it, my boy. You see, it's just... that painting. Mr. Grossberg, sir, there was a giant painting hanging right there the other day, was there not? The one you said you had no intention of parting with? Well, I saw it today. It was in the CEO's office at Blue Corp, Red White's office. So, you noticed. I suppose I should have guessed you would. It is the large painting. Mr. Grossberg, I know you and Mr. White are connected somehow. Connected, you say? Yes, and I know what it is. Your lovers! Nope, he's blackmailing you. Mr. White has something on you, doesn't he? Blackmail? I think that painting is fairly gaudy proof. Very well. This may be the chance I've been waiting for. Maybe it's time to get this off my chest so I can finally rest easy again. After all, you were Mia's understudy. Perhaps it was fate? What's he talking about? Red White is a man who makes his living through intimidation. Blue Corp is a company that excels in finding people's weaknesses, I'm afraid. I've been paying them for 15 years now. 15 years? I agree. All because of the DO6 incident, as you may have guessed. The name on the back of those photographs. As you suspected, I could not stand in defense of Maya because of this. White would have destroyed me if I did. So that's the connection. It is hard for me to tell you this, my boy, but arresting Red White will be nigh on impossible. Impossible? Why? He has information on everyone. It gives him an iron grip. He owns judges, attorneys, prosecutors, police, and politicians. What? They are bound, unable to do harm to themselves, and therefore to him. Don't look at me like that. What you see is nothing more than the weight of many years. What is the DO6 incident? DO6 is nothing more than the sorting code the police gave the case. It was 15 years ago now. I received a request from a medium. A spirit medium. A medium? Her name was Misty Fay. Fay! Indeed. She was Mia's mother. She had been investigating a murder at the bequest of the police. And she failed. As a result, the police called her a fraud. This is what Maya was talking about the other day. I did all I could for her, and in the end, cleared her of wrongdoing. That murder case, however, remains unsolved to this day. That case is the DO6 incident. And why blackmail? Why are you blackmailed over this, Mr. Grossberg? The DO6 incident was top secret at the time. It made sense. The police didn't want people to know they were using a medium. They couldn't let people know. But one person found out. I told him. You fucking moron, Grossberg! You're the reason why the Fay family is pretty much into shits in life. You told White? He offered me riches. It is an embarrassment to me now. Because I talked, the police were mocked far and wide. In secret, they began looking for the one who sold them out. Of course, White had heard about it, and he came to me. Only this time, the offer was blackmail. I see. White controls the law of this country as he sees fit. Yet if you would still challenge him, have a close look at Mia's office. Mia's office? She followed his every move for years. She may have recorded something of what she found. Very well then, to Mia's office I shall go. It's funny, looking at this room, it seems so normal. Hard to imagine a murder took place here. Mr. Grossberg said there would be clues. Maybe I should have another look. I think I know where to look. Right here. All the cases the chief ever worked on are filed here. They're in alphabetical order. Let's take a look. Which file should I look at? T to Z. T, U... I know! W! White! The entire W section is missing! Was it taken? Holy shit, it was. But let's take a look. Nope, on the move. Holy shit, dude. Oh, I suppose I can't talk to you just yet. Anything here? The bellboy seems to be out. Huh? The sound of water is coming from the shower. La-di-da, money-making, money-making. I got the money-making blues. Someone seems to enjoy washing the showers. No, I'm not. If I would, it'd be showing it on my computer. So, somebody's on. Should I talk? Nope. Nice weather again today. I can see the Fanco offices, of course. Nothing here, nothing here. Screwdriver. Screwdriver's still stuck in the drawer. I better not touch it. No telling what the bellboy would do to me. Anything here? No clues here. Anything here? A vase, as expected. I'm not good with flower names, except maybe tulips and sunflowers. Here? Ah, still seen painting. Wait, should I be still alive? Yeah, it must be you. One of those is hanging on the wall. Whatever. I guess nothing here. Simple bed. It's been recently made. Nothing eye-catching here. Maybe I should take a look at those other files then. Let's look at A through I. Let's see if there's a record in this file that catches my eye. Bum 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 da 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 da. Phoenix, shut up! You know that pun was not funny. Go die. A B F Misty Faye. That's Mia and Maya's mother. Should I take a look? Yeah, read it. I have tarnished the Faye name, leaving only these words. My mother vanished. I was determined to find the ones who had made my mother blame herself in this way. Using the power that runs in my family, I held an audience with the dead. Finally, the names of two men surfaced. One was Marvin Grossberg, a lawyer who sold my mother's information for riches. The other was the man who sold that information to the press. This parasite who makes his fortune on threats and coercion. His name is... The record stops there. So Mia knew Grossberg. All the cases, blah blah blah. Let's look at J through S. Let's see. J through S. Nothing much in here. Maybe I'll just skim some of this? Yeah. Well, no harm in flipping through a bit, I guess. The biggest parts here are at the end in S. Suicide? Ew. She has a collection of suicide reports. There's politicians, policemen. There's writing on most of these in pencil. White? This is Mia's handwriting. Wait, I get it. Mia thought he was involved in these suicides. They're probably staying silent, Bear. Why drove them all to... I can use these newspaper clippings. Let's find the most disturbing one. Newspaper clippings. Article about a politician's suicide. The word right is written in pencil on top. Okay then, I suppose let's move now. Can we go to you? No. Can we go to you? Yes we can. Well, aren't you persistent? Sorry, but there's something I have to ask you. Mr. Lawyer, I really hate having to repeat myself, but it seems the message has not yet penetrated your thick skull. Stop bothering me! If you try my patience further, I fear a nasty accident may occur. Do I make myself clear? Transparent. Let me show you the newspaper clippings. Let me show you what you did! This is the only clue that Mia left me. I'd better make this one count. Mr. White, see this? It's an article describing the suicide of a politician. He was embezzling secret government funds. Then, one day, word got leaked to the press. The very next day, he took his own life. And this concerns me how? I found this article in Mia's office. Miss Mia? She had a file filled with articles like this. Every one of them was labeled with a single word. White. Probably. Mr. White, I think I know what you did to this politician. Who the hell is that douchebag? Mr. CEO Red White of Blue Corp. You blackmailed him. You were blackmailing him. Blackmail? Not just him either. You were threatening and coercing hundreds of others. You were involved in all the suicide cases that Mia investigated. This company is built on blackmail. I'm right, aren't I? What a bizarre accusation. Mr. Wrong, what is it that you should be doing now? Investigating me? No, 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 I think not. You should be searching for the one who killed Miss Mia. Secretary's office, hello? Mr. Wrong will be leaving now.
Yes, sir. I'll send someone right away.
Wait a second, Mr. White. You're wrong. You're wrong, Mr. White. Excuse me? What I should be doing right now is going after you. Just what are you insinuating? Mia was onto you. She was keeping tabs. For this reason, you had April May tapping her phone. Then Mia was murdered, and all the documents about you mysteriously disappeared. So, the culprit would be... Even a child could work it out, Mr. White. You did it.
Secretary's office.
We won't be needing an escort for Mr. Wrong. Instead, please connect him to the public prosecutor's office.
Of course, sir. One moment, please. White? That you? What are you doing calling me at a time like this?
Hello, Chief Prosecutor. I've changed my mind. I want to testify tomorrow. What's this about? The Mia Fey case. I witnessed the murder, you see? And thus, as a very important witness, I would like to testify. What? Why now? I thought you said you didn't want to go to court. Quietude! I told you I changed my mind, didn't I? Oh, and one other thing. Send the police over here right away. The man is standing in front of me. He looks dazed but could be violent. What? What man? Are you even listening? The executioner, the hatchet man, the liquidator, the killer, man! What? Mr. White, this is another one of those. Chief Prosecutor, I do not believe you are in a position to freely offer your opinions to me, correct? I'm telling you to send the police now! Did I not tell you, Mr. Wrong? You are a mere lawyer, as was Miss Mia. How dare you! I'll point the finger at you and you will be tried as Miss Mia's killer. The case is as good as settled. No lawyer of any worth will defend you. I have friends in the local lawyers association, you see. You will be given the lawyers so stupendously inept that they will make even you look confident. I feel faint. Detective Gumshoe reporting, sir! Butts! Harry Butts! Right, actually. Phoenix Wright. And my friend's name is Larry. Oh, right. Sorry, pal. Butts was that murderer, right? Detective Gumshoe, I present to you the man who killed Miss Mia Fey. What? Take this despicable human being into custody. Farewell, Mr. Wrong. You motherfucker. September 8th, 3:37 p.m., Detention Center, Visitor's Room. I can't believe it's only been a day since the first trial. My trial begins tomorrow. White's going to set a trap for me. And the prosecution will be in on it too, of course, Edgeworth included. An attorney was assigned to me by the state yesterday. I refused. I had an idea.
Right. Mr. Wright!
Oh, Maya. Great, they let you out of detention.
Just now, yes. It's all thanks to you.
Now I'm afraid we switched places.
What? You mean you...
I explained what happened to Maya.
I don't believe it. How many people does that man need to destroy before he's satisfied? My mother, my sister, and now you. This is going too far! Mr. Wright, please tell me, is there anything I can do?
Well... Cheer me on. Well, you could cheer for me in court.
Cheer for you? You mean like a cheerleader?
Huh? Yeah, like that.
Alright, leave it to me.
Huh?
I'd better go get a uniform and some pom-poms.
Wait!
What?
I'm kidding. It was a joke.
No way.
No, really. I was kidding. But thanks. It's good to know you're on my side. And there really isn't anything you can do for me anyway.
But I can't just sit here and do nothing. I've got to give that man a piece of my mind.
Just a piece? Okay. Then come to the trial tomorrow.
Okay, I'll be there. I'll shout him a thing or two.
Times may change, yet with crime it's the same old story. In fact, it's gotten worse. Lengthy court proceedings are no longer realistic. Beginning a few years ago, a limit of 3 days was put on initial court trials. Almost all finished in a day, most with a guilty verdict. I never thought I'd end up in a defendant's chair myself for this case. With the true culprit appearing as the star witness, this is it. Tomorrow it's me or him. To be continued. But I've only got a half hour. Should I continue? I say... bring it on. September 9, 9:52 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 1.
Well, I guess that's it.
Yeah. One way or another, this case gets decided today.
Ah! Phoenix, look!
Oh crap, it's Edgeworth! Prosecutor Edgeworth. I received a call from the Chief Prosecutor's office yesterday. I was told that whatever Mr. White says today, it'll be the absolute truth. No matter how you try to attack his testimony, if I raise an objection, I have it on good faith that the judge will listen to me. What? Does White have the judge in his pocket too? So, you're saying I'm going to be guilty, end of story. I will do anything to get my verdict, Mr. Wright. Anything.
Why? Why? How can you torment an innocent person like this?
Innocent? How can we know that? The guilty will always lie to avoid being found out. There's no way to tell who is guilty and who is innocent. All that I can hope to do is get every defendant declared guilty. So I make that my policy. Edgeworth, you've changed.
Huh? Phoenix, you know him?
Don't expect any special treatment, Phoenix Wright.
Phoenix.
Well, court will be starting soon.
What? But wait! Your defense attorney isn't even here yet! They're not...
I'll be defending myself.
What?!
Okay, let's do this. September 9, 10 o'clock a.m. District Court, courtroom number 1. Rabble, 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 rabble. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Phoenix Wright. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, are you sure you're up to doing this? Yes, Your Honor. I will be defending myself. Understood. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. As the details of the event are already quite clear to the court, today will we hear the testimony of a witness to the defendant's crime. I see. The prosecution may call its witness. That went far too smoothly. Why didn't the judge ask Edgeworth why his witness didn't testify before? It's like he already knows why. If anyone's going to raise an objection about this, I suppose it's me. Yeah, sure. Mr. Edgeworth, you owe an explanation to the court. Why didn't this witness testify in the trial against Miss Maya Fey? I'm ever so sorry. Mr. White is a busy man, and besides, at the time, I thought that Miss May's opinion was all that would be needed. Again, my sincerest apologies to the court. Excellent, Mr. Edgeworth. I appreciate your demeanor. Great. He gets to show off and I get nowhere. I'd like to call Mr. Red White to the stand. Fuck this, asswipe. Please state your full name. You wish to know the title of my personage? Your name? Yes, that is what I said. Oh dear, do my locutions confuse? Your name! These two are great together. My name is Red White, but my friends call me Blanco Nino. I am the CEO, or to use a more common term, the president of Blue Corp. Did you know the victim, Miss Mia Fey? That would be a negatory. No, I did not. You were at the Gaywater Hotel the night of the murder. Correct. And you witnessed the murder from there. Ahem. Why tell you what you already know? Very well, Mr. White. You may begin your testimony. If I can't rip this guy's testimony apart, I'm done for. Why do I always feel like it's the end of the world and I'm the last man standing? Ho ho ho! I hope you have made your peace with God, Mr. Lawyer.
Let him have it, Phoenix!
Alright, what's your story? Let's see, it was about 9 o'clock, I believe. I was quietly reading to you some papers by the window, and I heard a bedlam coming from outside. Surprised, I turned to look at the building across the way. It was then I saw him, a spiky-haired man attacking a woman with long hair. Needless to say, that man was none other than you, Mr. Lawyer. I called Miss May over at once. She, too, was flabbergasted, of course. The victim, she ran away, but you gave chase. Finally, there was a terrible impaction. Then it was all over. If things occurred as you testified, I'm afraid the defendant is guilty. Very well, defendant. Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. I'm gonna pick apart all the bones in your testimony. I have no qualms there. I do have a qualm with that. By window, you mean the one directly across from the Fane Company law offices? Correct. That is the only window you see. And there you are reading papers? Correct. The Gatewater is a businessman's hotel, and I am a busy man who has business to do. Then I heard a bedlam coming from outside. A bedlam? It must have been when you were attacked, I assume. We see. Continue. Surprised, I turned to look at the building across the way. So you were reading your papers until you heard that sound. But of course, I am no snoop peeping out of windows at night. No snoop? Yeah, right. You made a career out of snooping. It was then I saw him. Okay, I take offense to that statement. Spiky-haired. Are you sure it was me? What you just said directly conflicts with Miss May's testimony. Miss May clearly stated that the assailant looked like a girl. I've always been proud of my eyesight, Mr. Lawyer. Just what is your eyesight? Counting both eyes, 40. 40? Don't add them together. I think the witness is trying to say his eyesight is good. Hey, whose side is the judge on anyway? What did you do then? Miss May over at once. She too was surprised then. Nope. What was Miss May doing at that time? She had just finished watching a soap opera on the TV and was weeping openly. Did you know she had been tapping the Faye office phone? Fuck off. Irrelevant. That has nothing to do with the case at hand. I care not. I will answer the lawyer's board inquiry. Miss May was acting alone when she tapped the phone of this Faye woman. You make a good politician, Mr. White. Oh, I know. After all, I am El Presidente. Please continue. Can you be a little more detailed about that? I think it's worth knowing exactly what happened. Of course. Comprende. I understand. The victim was attacked by you and ran to the left. You gave chase and struck her down. Are you sure? As you know, I am always positively lewdly perfect. Perhaps you could change your testimony to reflect this new detail. The victim ran to the left and you gave chase. Are you sure about that? How many times must I say it? I am positively perfect. End of story. How many times did I hear that?
Phoenix, doesn't something about that strike you as a little odd?
Finally, there was a terrible impaction, and it was all over. How about...
Objection!
Your Honor, that statement contradicts his evidence. Huh? It does? I don't see anything contradictory. Huh? Really? Objection overruled. Try to think before you make accusations, Mr. Wright. God damn it. Whoops. That didn't go so well. Terrible impaction. End of story. Impaction? Don't you mean just impact? Ridiculosity! I think you need to brush up on your language skills. On second thought, perhaps I'd better leave the whole language thing alone. Did Edward prep this guy too, I wonder? Anyway, I'd better find a weakness in there. And now I gotta start all over.
Objection!
Here's a testimony. Wait right there! Mr. White, you've dug your own grave. What is this? You said the victim ran to the left, but that directly contradicts Miss May's testimony. She clearly said that the victim ran right. Oh, it is simple. You have misheard her. I think not. Look at the floor plans. The killer was here, and the victim here. If the victim ran to the left, as you claim she did, she would have been running directly away from the door. She would have been running into a dead end. Do you find that odd? Very strange. I I did see her run to the left. I did.
Phoenix, look at his face. I don't think he's lying about this one.
True. Maybe he really did see the victim run left. So he did witness the killing. Wait a second. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. Miss May says right and Mr. White says left. Can you explain this contradiction to the court? I think both are right. Both witnesses are telling the truth, for once. I doubt it. Rather, that does not clear up the contradiction. There is one scenario that would explain our conflicting accounts. What? Obviously, the witness was not viewing a crime from the hotel. Order! Mr. Wright! What do you mean? Yes, what do you mean he was not viewing a crime from the hotel? If he was not in the hotel, where could he have been? In the law offices of Fay & Company, of course. I said order! 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 More specifically, he was standing here. Time to show the court where Mr. White was standing. I'd say he was probably standing... The hotel was there, and he went to the left. Here. This is where he was. Look, when the victim ran for the door, if he was watching from this point, to him it would appear that she ran to the left. Please, this is no time for jokes and ill taste. This is what the killer was standing. Order! I will have order! Anyone disturbing the order of this courtroom will be held in contempt! Mr. Wright, what are you suggesting? Rapscallion? The presentations of the defendant are a distortion of the truth, Your Honor. Indeed, they do seem a little far-fetched. Oh, you provide us with so much entertainment, Mr. Lawyer. What now? He's laughing? The hilarity of the moment made me remember something. It appears I've been unclear, and for this I apologize. Mr. Your Honor, might I be allowed to testify once more? Very well. Let's hear your revised testimony. Good luck. You can't fix a broken testimony, buddy. She ran to the left. Of course she did. Miss May's testimony was correct, as was mine. When you assaulted the girl, she first ran to the left, and then you hit her, savagely. That's what I saw. Next, with the lash of restraint, she ran to the right. You chased her and delivered a final blow. But she was struck once. That is what Miss May saw. You see, you hit her twice. Don't you remember, Mr. Lawyer? I did not hit her twice. The killer did not hit her twice. The killer hit her once. That does seem to make sense. Will you be cross-examining the witness's testimony? You bet I will. I mean, yes, Your Honor. Bring it, douchebag. I already know where to press. Meh, 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 meh. There we go. Mr. White, the victim died from a single blow. It says so in the autopsy report. What do you have to say to that? Now's my chance to hit him where it counts. Mr. White, wasn't it you who told this court you were abso-positively perfect? I will refrain from using this phrase from now on. Your Honor, if you could ask the witness for a new testimony. The witness is obviously confused, Your Honor. I would like to request a 10-minute break. Yes, quite. No break. The witness is confused because he's lying. I emphatically request there be no break, Your Honor. Yeah, we want justice! Don't let him get away! Very well. If the witness would care to revise his testimony... The crowd's on my side. No slipping out of this one now, White. Mr. White? Oh, okay. The two accounts. Well, see, I looked at the other window when I heard that thing fall. Then, the next moment, I saw Miss Mia run to the left. The killer, you, attacked her, but she dodged. And then she turned and ran for the door. Then you did her in with a single blow. Flap! Thwap indeed. Very well, you may begin a cross-examination. Mr. Your Honor, my stomach, you see, it is hurting. Deal with it. This is almost over. Alright, let me see if I can just pick apart where I need to strike. Let's see, I looked at the other window when I heard that thing fall. You heard that thing fall? What exactly was that thing? Huh? Oh, that? The glass light stand. Right. The one that had fallen over at the scene.
Phoenix, doesn't something about that strike you was odd?
Yep. Yeah, that is odd. I'll press further. Mr. White? Huh? What? You're saying you saw the glass light stand? Yes. Then change your testimony to reflect that. Sorry. My bad. The witness will revise his testimony. Okay, of course. A light stand was lying on the floor when I looked. Are you sure about that? The glass light stand was lying on the floor. That's the first I've heard of this. Why didn't you tell us about the stand before? Why? Me? Well, I was instructed not to. Wait! 1 moment! Give me a minute to gather my thoughts. I am so confused. Why it's falling apart. Fuck off, Miles. Your Honor, please, I ask that you do not allow the witness to be badgered any further. Mr. Wright, please refrain from badgering the witness. Yes, Your Honor. Edward is on my request. Very well, the victim witness may continue his account. Next moment, I saw Miss Mia run to the left. Are you sure there's nothing I can piece apart here? No. I guess not. Miss Mia? Mr. White, did you know the victim personally? No. Triple no. How would I? How could I? I see nothing odd about the witness knowing the name of the victim. Mr. Wright, I will not have you harrying the witness. You're looking a little flustered, Edgeworth. The killer you attacked her, but she dodged. Now before, you said that she was hit before she ran. Yes, I must have been confused. But don't worry, we all know what happened now. She turned and ran for the door. Are you sure about that? What did you do then? I gave chase, of course. Oh! No, not me! The killer, I mean. He gave chase! Mr. White, please try to remain calm. Mr. Wright here is the only one trying to fluster you with baseless accusations. Oh, right. Thank you, Miles. And you did her in with a single blow. Thwap. Thwap? That doesn't sound like a savage attack from your earlier testimony. Ho. Yes, well, I am a man of peace, you see.
Phoenix, he's getting a lot less talkative.
He's probably afraid I'll catch him on something, but it won't be easy. A light stand was lying on the floor when I looked. You sure about that? Well, fuck, I don't know which one to do. Fuck, I don't know which one to do. It's not these, I get it, damn it. Ah! That didn't go so well. Maybe this? Damn it! Phoenix, it's getting along. It's talking to blah 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 blah. Well, then we got a hard part. Ran to the right. I don't know which one to pick though. Oh, I found it! Mr. White? It was impossible for you to have seen the glass stand. What? Look at this. Those are the floor plans to the scene of the murder, yes? Correct, Your Honor. Now, look. If you were to look through the window at the office, this is the area you'd be able to see. Here. Well, note that the stand is not within the visible area. Well, Mr. White? What do you have to say to that? Ridiculosity! Mr. White, if you were in the Gatewater Hotel as you claim, you could not have seen the stand before it fell over. In fact, you wouldn't have been able to see it after it fell either. There's no way you could have recognized the broken shards as a glass light stand. So, when you did see the stand, Mr. White, it must have been the moment that it fell. And the only place you could have seen that from is inside the Fay Law offices. In other words, you were at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. Mr. White? Mr. White. You did it, didn't you? Mr. Your Honor. Miss Mia. Looks like we're about to get our verdict.
Objection!
What do you want now, Edgeworth? That's far enough, Phoenix Wright. What? Oh, I forgot about Edgeworth. Mr. White? I think the time has come. Shouldn't you confess your crime now? What? I said you should confess your crime. Ergo, confess that you placed a wiretap. Wiretap? Order! Mr. Edgeworth, explain to the court what you mean by this. Distinguished members of the court, Mr. White is slightly confused. Allow me to explain. I really don't like the way this is headed. As you know, Mr. White is the CEO of Blue Court. He ordered his secretary, Miss April May, to tap the law offices of Miss Fay. What does that have to do? Your Honor, the question is, when was the wiretap placed in the office and by who? No! You wouldn't! Mr. White, in order to place the wiretap, you entered Miss Fay's office. Am I correct? Correct! You are most correct, Miles. Give me a break! Yes, in order to place the wiretap, I breached the Fay & Co. offices. That is when I saw the accursed light stand. Now I'm confused! Please explain to the court what this all means, Mr. Edgeworth. Gladly, Your Honor. Mr. Phoenix Wright has made his position quite clear. He is determined that Mr. White knew the glass stand was in the office. He has shown that there was only one time Mr. White could have seen the stand, at the very moment of the murder. Thus, Mr. Wright would like you to believe that Mr. White was the murderer. I see. However, it is a fact that Mr. White had been to that office well before the murder took place. When he went to that place, episode 3, baby, he could have seen the glass light stand then. Ergo, Mr. Phoenix Wright's theory is revealed for the baseless conjecture it is. Order! I'm Mr. Wright! You will testify to the court about this wiretapping. Ahem, leave it to me. I feel faint. One more testimony. It was the beginning of September, the week before the murder. I had entered the Fay & Company law offices. Of course, I had done so to place the wiretap. That is when I saw this glass light stand. So you saw the stand before the night of the incident, and this is how you were able to identify what had fallen over? By the sound? Correct! That is right. I see. Very well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine. What am I supposed to do now?
Good luck, Phoenix.
True. It was the beginning of September, week before the murder. I'll press on that statement. Do you have proof? Miss April May knew the details of Miss Fay's phone conversation. This proves that the wiretap was placed before the murder. Right. Enter the Fay & Company offices? Why? Was it really you that went into the office? Or was it Miss May? Unidentified fingerprints several days old were found in the Fan Co. offices. Those are obviously Mr. White's. If I know Edgeworth, he's already run a check on his prints. Now, Mr. White, tell us why you went to the Fan Co. offices. Of course, I had done so to place a wiretap. Why did you tap me his phone? This has no bearing on the current case, Your Honor. Blue Corp is a detective agency of sorts. We have a responsibility to protect client confidentiality. That is when I saw this glass light stand. Why'd you notice something as innocuous as a light stand? The light stand was made entirely out of glass. It was quite stylish, so I guess it made a lasting impression of me. Such a beauticious thing deserves attention, does it not? That is all. Damn it! There's nothing there for me to press him on. Oh well, if he's rattled enough that I can bluff something out of him. And this isn't the age of fuck. Sorry, but I see nothing faulty. Unfortunately, I'll have to penalize you, Mr. Wright. Ugh, I must be on the wrong track. Shit, this is the last one. Damn it! I think there's remaining points on the judge. That's enough! This court sees no reason to further prolong this trial. The defense has failed to give the court sufficient reason to doubt the prosecution's claim. This court finds the defense, or rather the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright, guilty. Shit, I lost. The accused will surrender to the court immediately, to be held pending trial in a higher court within a month from today's date. That is all. Court's adjourned. Well, I lost, so I'm not going to stop till I get back to that point and find out where I needed to go to. So from here, no acting, I'll just go straight into it. Yeah. It's wasting time, Mr. White. Hey, Chris. I lost this case, but I'm not stopping till I get right back into it. Shouldn't take me much longer. But I will jump to WWE after this. Ah, damn it. Great, now I've already forgotten what it is. Hey, Diamond Knight. God damn it, which one was it? Anytime, computer, waiting on you. Costing me valuable time, computer. Come on. Alright, from here on, I'll be as silent as I can until I get back to the part I made it to. And damn it, the reason why I'm going so quickly is because I failed the first time, so I'm just trying to get back to where I was.
Take that! Objection! 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 Objection!
Uh-oh. Don't tell me I've run out of ammo. Alright, now I'm back to the point I left off. I'm afraid that's as far as you go, Mr. Wright. The time has come for you to admit your defeat. You fought honorably. No more. I can't take this anymore. Mr. Wright, are you giving up? Yes, Your Honor.
Phoenix!
Hmm?
Phoenix, over here!
I know that voice. Mia?
Never give up, Phoenix.
Mia? Ugh. Where am I? The waiting lobby. What happened? Oh, right. I lost the trial. I was hallucinating.
Ah, you're finally awake.
Ah!
Hey, Phoenix!
Jack?
That's no way to greet an old friend. Phoenix, I want you to look at me.
You're... Maya?
Didn't you know the faith woman of strong psychic powers? When you accepted your defeat in court, it appeared that was enough of a shock to awaken Maya's true powers.
So... Maya is channeling you, Mia?
That's right. I am Maya, but I'm also Mia. Now I want you to listen to me, Phoenix. Maya never gave up. You can't either. That's why I came here to tell you. But we don't have much time, Phoenix. Now listen. You've already won.
Huh?
You have that receipt in your court record, right?
Oh yeah. You mean the one you wrote Maya on? But it won't be for this episode. We'll probably find out at the very end, if not next episode. Right about that, not me. So what do I do with it? Look at the front of the receipt. Front? It's a regular receipt. Looks like it's Blade versus who? I don't know, Blade. But it's looking like, from what they're saying, you might be getting a future title run. So you may already fight Gringo. It depends on who wins that match. $1,000. Wow, big spender. Item, glass light stand. Date of purchase, September 4. September 4th!
That's right, Phoenix. I bought that stand the day before I was killed.
Whoa!
Now, what did Mr. White say in his testimony?
It was the beginning of September, the week before the murder. He said he saw the stand a week before the murder.
There you go. I think the court is about to reconvene. Go do it, Phoenix. You know you're innocent, now you just have to prove it.
Right. Receipt for glass light stand. Did purchases the day before the murder. Let's get back into it. September 4th, room, let's get it over with. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Phoenix Wright. Is the defendant, rather, are you alright, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Yes, sorry, Your Honor. I'm fine now. Then let's start where we left off. Ricardo and Gringo are still going one-on-one because Ricardo's a champ now, and I believe Dan's fighting Wolfie, and now the list of people who could be the next in line are me, AXD, Sebastian Shade, South Smoke, Biohazard Jr., Blake Allen, and then there were two others I forgot, but all 8 of us are going for #1 contender. Or the opportunity to cash in when we feel like. Your Honor, there is nothing to go back to. The cross-examination of Mr. White is finished. All that is required now is for you to pass judgment on the defendant Phoenix Wright. Your Honor, please give me one more chance. I promise you, this is the last time I'll ask you. But as Mr. Edgeworth has noted, the trial was more or less finished. Mr. Edgeworth, do you have an opinion on this matter? I say, let's give Mr. Phoenix Wright his last chance. Very well. You may begin your cross-examination. We'll see. Beginning of... Wait, I didn't want to press that.
Objection!
I just wanted to say one thing, Mr. White. You are fucked.
Objection!
Look closely at this. See the word Maya written in blood? You're grasping. I think not. Look at the other side of this receipt. The other side? Your Honor, will you tell the court what is written on the other side of that receipt? Whoa! A glass light stand. And the date of purchase... Why, that's the day before the murder! You see, Mr. White, when you allegedly entered Vanco law offices at the beginning of September, the stand could not have been there. Well, Mr. White, can't get out of this one, can you? No, it's impossible. Uh-oh, he's losing it. Well, Your Honor, I understand there must be quite a bit of pressure on you. But I think you'll agree that you can't judge me guilty under these circumstances. Very well. Then that is all for the trial of...
Objection!
What now, Edgeworth? Not so fast, Phoenix Wright. What? No way you could worm his way out of that one. Oh wait, I forgot. It's Edgeworth. There is a certain thread of logic to defendant's claims. However, there is no concrete proof that Phoenix Wright is innocent. Ergo, I would like to request one more day before Phoenix Wright is granted his freedom. I need time to make one more inquiry. I will make a new live stream. That's what I do. New game, new live stream. Another inquiry. This isn't going to be another one of those updated autopsy reports. This guy just makes up evidence as he pleases. This is bad. I'll object. Mr. White's guilt is obvious. There is no need to prolong the trial any further. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, if anyone's going to call Mr. White to trial, it would be me, the prosecution. I need a day to ascertain whether these new claims have any basis in factual evidence. I see. Objection denied. What? The completion of the trial of Mr. Phoenix Wright will be postponed until tomorrow. No. There's no telling what'll happen if I can't end this now. Edgeworth is sure to come with, or just make up, something. After Mia showed up to help me and all. Mr. Your Honor, may I go home? Of course. Thank you for your time. Ugh. But a pay-per-view is the first episode. Yes, I'll go to WWE when I'm done. The witness will stay. So it'll be on time-wise because I gotta wake up real early for work tomorrow. Phoenix, read this note out loud. Mia, what's this? Memo received from Mia. Your Honor, if I may, you're quite persistent today, Mr. Wright. You bet I am. My life is riding on this one. I have something I'd like to read to the court. I want to read the memo. The memo Mia had given me was a list of names. Many of them sounded strangely familiar. People in finance, famous celebrities. That's when it happened. It would be, but I might just jump to NXT right after and save SSW TV for Saturday. Stop! Desist! Halt! Please! Stop! Make him stop! How did you get that list? Mr. White, admit your guilt right here, right now, or else this list will be released to the press. I confess. I confess. I did it. I hit her. I hit Miss Mia with the thinker. Case closed, Your Honor. Well, I see no reason to continue this trial. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? You've done it again. That was quite a spirited defense. Yes, Your Honor. I guess you could say that. Only you knew how spirited it was. Well, this court finds the defense, rather, the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright, not guilty. Who's keeping raining confetti in my courtroom? That is all. This court is adjourned. I need to get room now. September 9, 2:24 p.m. Defendant lobby number 1. Well, I never thought I'd be saying this again. But congratulations! You're lucky I was born a Fae. I'm lucky I had both you and Maya on my side. I'm glad you made it. Thank you, Phoenix. You risked a lot to help me, and Maya. I don't know. I won't forget it as long as I live. As long as you live? My time here is running out. Huh? Maya's powers are still weak. I can't stay here that long. What? No! There's still so much to say. Don't worry. I'm sure we'll meet again. Chief! I'm not the chief anymore. Phoenix, can you come to the office tonight? Say 9 o'clock? The office? I'll see you later. Chief... Mia! Meanwhile, at the office, 9:02. Being here, it's not hard to think about that night. You came! Mia, I was kind of worried you might not. Huh? Of course I came. Well then, I'm pretty hungry. How about a burger? Mia?
You should see your face.
Mia!
What are you talking about? It's me, Maya.
Maya?
What, did I look like my sister?
Looks like you were her.
I might be able to use that. Oh, Phoenix, go to the store and buy me lunch, would you?
Maya, why are you here?
Because of this. Mia wrote me a letter. Take care of Phoenix for me.
Take care of? Huh?
She means the office. This office. Someone has to help with the new writing code offices, right? And who better but me, Maya Faye, reporting for duty. Wait, no, on second thought, let's make this casual. Yo, Nick, Maya here, ready to get down to business. You don't mind me calling you Nick, do you? It's a great name. Mia said that's what your friend Larry calls you.
Nick?
You know what this means? We're partners.
You know, when I think about it, it is Maya's fault I'm here now. But if it wasn't for her, I'd probably be in jail. Right in co-law offices. It's got a good ring to it. Yeah, thanks, Maya. Whoa!
Good luck, Phoenix.
I'll always be here, watching. Holy shit, I'm being touched by a ghost!
Right, okay, Nick, let's do it!
Huh? Do what?
Burgers, dummy! Burgers! There's a great burger joint just down the street! Come on, time's wasting!
Okay, wait up! And case closed. So guys, that'll be it for this episode. Let me just give the game a good old sippity save real quick. One day maybe you'll be able to do a good female voice. Maybe one day. Saving. I would like to auto-save. And now that I have saved, let's get out of here. Sky/Mike signing off. You've entered to casino. Don't deal with the devil. Let's get to wrestling.